There's a tiny spring creek flowing through spruce forests at the foot of Alberta's foothills. We found it several years ago. It's a fragile environment, best left to elk, moose, and the few brown trout that live there. We call it the X. We slowly walk the stream to where it widens and deepens, looking for the trout we know so well. In its 2-mile run, there might be 25 trout over 10 inches. A few of them are 25 to 27 inches. Because we're 2 of maybe 3 people that fish it during the season, they aren't terribly difficult to catch. That's also why we only fish it 3 or 4 times a year.
See that?
In 5 years of fishing it, we've yet to catch a fish larger than 12 inches blind fishing. Every adult brown is sighted first and then cast to. Still, we do prospect the odd pocket in case a fish is moving between pools. There's nothing we love more than exploring intimate waters, getting to know specific trout, their traits, and visiting often. Discovering the largest trout in the waters we love, and sight fishing to them, there's nothing better. Let's let them go up. I think we're getting checked out right now. How are those for fish? Neat things happen on the X. We've seen the same fish, seemingly comatose in the cold, barren waters of spring, hold tight to cover. We've seen them freely feeding on anything that should fall in the water, and we've been treated to moments of chasing each other around pools as they get aggressive a month before spawning. Then we've watched them spawn in late October to early November. There aren't that many secrets with these fish. Getting to know 24 fish in such a setting has been a wonderful experience. Take notice of the exposed gravel this fish is returning to before I cast my hopper. The fish resides on that patch of gravel from late May through the end of the season.
Wonderful.
It's exposed gravel due to the slow flow of the stream and the fish pushing off, sweeping it clean each time it leaves to feed.
Nice.
Incredibly, this is the same fish on the same swept gravel 2 years later. We'd caught it a few times in between, but this last encounter was special. We watched it move in and out, feeding on the surface, off camera, upstream, as well as cruise to the flats on its left.
Is that his tail? Sliding back. Nope, he's right back on that rock. He just took that caddis upstream, love.
We set this shot up to see just how aware this trout is in its environment. Amelia could have cast straight at the fish, but we wanted to see if its lateral line would pick up a caddis landing 6 to 8 feet away.
Refusal.
We knew it was going to take whatever we presented.
Yep.
It was more a matter of its awareness in
Wow.
its environment. As I watched this brown trout switch from freely feeding and simply existing in its environment to what it perceived as its life struggle, it hit me. If I've caught the same fish from the exact same spot and find myself fishing it again, yet admiring it as it freely exists in its natural environment, what purpose does it serve to catch that fish again? If I question the brown trout of X Creek this way, how is it any different than most top-level, mature, resident trout in any of our rivers? Regardless if I fish New Zealand, Alberta, Montana, for browns or cutthroat trout, these fish establish their resident micro-niches that they use year in and out. Once I decode their micro-niche, I'm going to catch the exact same fish repetitively. Can I justify catching these fish because it's fun for me? When does my need for self-adulation get overshadowed by a fish's need to simply be left alone?